That was spooky.
We're back.
And deader than ever.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Tamara.
And this is
Ghoulbeans.
That was really in sync. Good job.
Well, we've done it enough times already.
How are you?
From the last episode, doing however I said I was doing.
This is, as you guys are aware, part 2. We're still drinking those frozen coffees and
still scared as shit from my partner's stories.
yeah.
You have another one of you being mimicked, like your body.
Oh yeah,
Check this shit out.
Sheila looks like she's gonna have an aneurysm.
oh, damn girl,
She
I'm
looks
so sorry.
Mid aneurysm. Wow.
Speechless.
Seriously.
Well, I guess I didn't think these were so scary until
Girl, the first one.
Horrifying.
I've never had chills like hurt. Like my goosebumps were
I'm
hurting.
so sorry. Yeah, no, girl. I thought I was gonna throw up. I thought I was gonna get eaten by witches.
I'm certain you were about to. You left that show on.
I was so scared. They did exactly what needed to be done.
Also,
for
the
them.
way you described it, I literally felt like I was there.
Yeah, the first time you described it, I was like, that sucks. That's very scary. I have scary tears. I have goosebumps. And then
Yeah.
you described it again, and I
Then
was
Tamara
like,
begs for details.
yeah, and I was like, I actually know too much, and I think I'm gonna throw up. And like, definitely, it's gonna pop up. Like you spoke it into existence, almost. You know?
Hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about this next story. That sounds disgusting.
So I'll give you 2. Yeah. So my friend at the time, church, religiously when you church because it's important to the story.
God bless.
It's important to the story, and
And
I'll tell you
also
why.
with you.
Because so her family story was that her grandmother or great grandmother used to be a bruja, and in that was just a lot of dark magic, and then her other grandmother, I guess, was a complete opposite, was
So
like a shaman.
light magic.
Yes,
Gotcha.
and so in this Christian family, they believed that God had given them this gift of discernment, being able to speak and talk with spirits.
So this is your friend.
This is my friend.
Okay,
Really,
so
like
not
my
your
best
dad's house. Okay.
Yeah, this is like my best friend at the time of my life.
Okay.
We were very, very close. And she would always tell me these crazy ass stories of her family seeing things, of her mom speaking to someone, of her grandmother.
Shut
Crazy.
up, really?
Yes,
So
all
they're
the time.
like really playing into inviting spirits and shit.
Not even. They just showed up. Like they would just be living their life, and they're like, "There it is."
Yeah.
Like they were just very sensitive.
But
all
then
of
they would
them.
talk to it.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes,
Okay.
not always.
Okay, I'll listen to your story. I'll stop interrupting.
No, you're fine. So her mom was very, very sensitive.
Okay.
I mean, she was also, I don't even know how to explain it, but just so sensitive. So they had a disgusting basement,
Okay.
disgusting cement basement that was filled with stuff. With
Laundry
all
was
of,
down there.
Yes, of course. Laundry
Of
was
course.
down there in its own little room. So your back was facing the rest of the basement.
No. And there was a ton of stuff.
There's a ton of stuff, and then there was also it was like those basements where it had like a divot almost, where like you can climb into like a crawl space that was wide open.
Hate that.
So that was even deeper,
Yeah.
and it was pitch black down there. Besides like a couple like string lights, and so
Of course.
yeah, for real.
She was like, "How do we make this worse?"
It's actually just a candle that sits at the foot of the stairs that you have to carry with you.
Oh my, and you're wearing a long nightgown, and you're carrying the candle, and a floppy little hat with a palm at the end.
I wish.
I'm at the end.
Full Scrooge.
Who goes there?
Literally.
Barry, who goes there? Stop.
No, that's what's
No.
next. I'll give you 3 stories.
Yeah.
So
Woo.
same. Sheila needs a shot.
Okay. Okay. So where were we?
All right.
We were literally in the middle of a story.
No, not yet.
No,
I didn't even start it.
You had described.
I was just describing the basement, so you know
Okay.
how disgusting and creepy and gross it is.
Perfect. You just have
So-
to say the words basement, and I'm there.
Yeah. So
This.
we
We
were going on. We were going to church camp.
Okay.
I was going to her house later that night to sleep over so that we can just go in the morning together. Again, I was at their house a lot. You know. So her mom was doing laundry earlier in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a story that she told me when I got there that evening. She
Oh my
said,
God.
"I thought you came over a lot earlier." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Yeah, I was downstairs and I was doing laundry, and then all of a sudden I saw you come down the steps, but your hands were in front of you like if you were trying to play a trick."
Shut the fuck up. Like
And-
sneaking.
Yeah, like if I was sneaking. And she goes, "You went around the corner and you kind of snickered." And
Toad like walked like in a cartoon, but if everyone could see you.
And oh my god, the hairs. This house really is gross. And that she called out for me. She said, "Mariel, what are you doing?" You know, because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I don't like scaring people. I hate getting scared. I've never been like that.
You're really shacked up with the right person.
And unfortunately for you, I'm so quiet when I'm in the house. Like I really don't make any noise.
No, this bitch scares me all the time.
That's so
all
funny.
The time.
Not even trying. I'll just be like, hey, and you're like,
literally.
Sheila, when she saw people walking outside.
Broad daylight.
Like,
your neighbors.
yes. I'm in a very populated ER when I go to work, and a doctor will walk up to me and say my name, and I get startled. They're like,
So funny. What is going on with this girl?
Like, Sheila, I need you to do your job. You're like, ah! Throws like meds up. Yeah, no, I can't
I know.
handle
That's
this
okay.
at all. Please continue.
Oh, girl, I got 2 more stories.
Same
thing. So, okay, so where did I leave off? Yeah, I didn't answer.
Okay.
And so then she tells me exactly what I was wearing. I own those pieces of clothing,
Shut the
but
fuck
I was
up.
not wearing that day.
your friend saw you, or her
Her
mom
mom.
saw you?
And her mom sees, I'm sure that bitch still sees a lot. A lot. I mean, things just pop up.
Well, she's got the gift of discernment.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Praise be.
Good with you.
And with your spirit.
The fact that it was like being mischievous
Your
or
hands
like,
up.
yeah, like,
And y'all, I don't do that. I don't even do that here.
and you weren't there is the more important thing.
Yeah, I was actually really scared after she told me that. I was like, does that mean something? Like, am I chosen? Like, what is this?
And your eyes are such a like. Obviously, they're important to everybody's face, but they're such a prominent feature of yours that like I'm like scared to imagine like demonic you.
Oh, wait till you hear this next one.
What? Wait, so did anything come of that at all?
No.
Was she like kind of freaked out?
No, because at this point they've lived there for over 15
No.
years, and I'm telling you, they've seen worse.
But that's not even like a spirit. Like that's something.
It's a demon.
right.
That's a demonic. Did
Did she know that?
I
Did
got
she,
4
was she-
stories, girl.
I love this. Was she like it was a demon, but we know how to handle it or
No.
something?
They're like, you can't. There's nothing you can do because I went around the corner. There were these boxes blocking their view.
Ew!
So she didn't go back there to look.
Oh my god.
She's not
it like
stupid.
all hit me just now again, and I'm so grossed out. And like, so she didn't do anything.
No.
And it in your religion or in like what they believe, because I feel like so sorry. I feel like in your religion. Look at those scary burps. In your religion or past religion, like it doesn't kind of work with, I guess it's the gift of discernment, but like it really doesn't work with psychics and like with
Well, that's what they'll say.
mediums and sensitives.
Of course, because they're like, that's not of the Lord.
That's
But
devil
it's the same
worship.
thing. It's
right.
the same shit.
So like it's very interesting to see someone who truly has.
Sorry, Sheila's drinking like she's a weathered sailor at a bar, like gritting her teeth between sips. Like,
Yeah.
So they
This is
don't.
almost gone.
We're almost off the clock.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make sense to me because, like, realistically, you would think they would work like, oh yeah, I believe in God, but like, there's also other stuff. Like the
No, but
church
they-
isn't always right.
No, well, I don't know. They
Yeah.
never got that far. I never got. Again, I was a child at this point. They weren't having these types of conversations with children.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that they're super Christian, but also, you know, I don't know how to explain it. They weren't living, you know, like these holier than thou people.
Right. Okay. So she saw you creep behind some boxes.
And she said she just started singing,
Mm.
and then she went upstairs.
I've been there before. Not seeing anything. If I saw anything, I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
strike me dead because I don't want to have to walk past the boxes. I don't have to walk up the stairs. I don't
Yeah.
want the little pitter patter of demon you like
snickering.
yeah, snickering as you chase me up. Like, just seriously, body, take care of things. Let me die.
Oh, for
Right?
sure.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
My
She
heart's
didn't even wanna be part
stopping.
of this conversation.
she was like, actually kill me now.
She's having a hard time keeping up.
She's disassociating. She's unlocked her phone 18 times.
Sorry, someone's trying to talk
Nervous.
to me. Someone.
I really have to pay attention to
Hopefully
this over
someone needs me soon.
She's like, hopefully they call me in
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, so that was one instance of mimicking
Oh,
in that
hell
basement.
no.
The next one is of her husband, and this one really fucking got me because
no.
she communicated. She was talking to him.
So
So
this one got you more than the last one?
yeah,
Okay, great.
Oh, good.
because of how
you tell
close
us.
they were in proximity to each other, and just like how comfortable that
Okay.
thing, that entity was of just
So there's full on a mimic in this house.
yeah,
Great.
full mimic. A lot of things are in that house.
Literally.
A lot of things are in
Maybe.
that house.
Ugh. Okay.
Literally a skinwalker.
Yuck. Continue. I'm upset. Go on.
Yeah, girl. I had to dog sit once. That was
Ew.
not fun.
Hell no. I'd be like, absolutely not.
That's my fucking worst nightmare.
Yeah, no. Did you ever see anything in this house?
No.
Okay, great. Good for you.
So
Gosh.
yeah, for real. Her husband is a firefighter.
Okay.
So he was not in the house maybe like 3-4 days out of the week. But this was a time where he was home,
Okay.
and she again went downstairs to do laundry.
I'm going to a laundromat. Like, I don't give a shit.
Stop going downstairs.
Right. Lock it up.
That's
Stonewall
weird.
it. We're done.
The thing is that they just weren't scared. Unbothered by it. They didn't like it, but they were unbothered by it.
Because they see it all the time.
Right, like
They
it's
like
so,
open their eyes and they're like, oh, there's more ghosts in
there's
this room.
Jimmy. Like that's literally how it was. So she was saying that she was again downstairs. Now she's folding clothes, and
Oh, she's remaining down there.
yes,
It's not just like, well, I have to be here because the washer's here.
no, she's comfortably down there.
Ah.
And her husband is home, and her husband is upstairs. And something about her husband vaped a lot. So he had like this fucking necklace with the vape attached to it. Always wore like a
Love
Newsy
that for
Boys.
him.
Jesus.
That was before vaping was the in thing, too.
Real. And then,
Trendsetter.
Not the vape sash.
and then he had a Newsy Boy hat. Always wearing
Oh,
that
hell
shit.
yeah.
And
Love that for
he
him.
was very much a t-shirt and a cargo pants type of man.
Gotcha. And a newsy boy hat.
Yes.
Which
In the house.
isn't your typical man. Isn't
No.
your typical
That's what you call an alpha male.
I'm sure that's what he would refer to himself
You
as.
said vape on a necklace and I heard
Alpha.
yeah.
So she's downstairs and he's upstairs, and she hears him leave.
Mhm.
But then maybe 5 minutes walk by, she looks up and he's at the bottom step. She's like, oh, he probably came in and I didn't hear.
Oh
I'm sorry.
my heart. I'm gonna die.
Say it again.
She's folding laundry.
Yep.
5 minutes passed since her husband has left. Now he's at the bottom
He
step.
is standing at the bottom.
Exactly everything
step.
she saw him last in.
Is he
Okay.
just staring at her?
Yes.
No.
Fuck you. Not you, but fuck you.
Arms crossed.
Figuratively?
No,
Fuck you.
No, actually, fuck you.
Arms crossed.
No.
He had dark brown eyes, but she was like, his eyes were like black.
No. We're done. We're done. Wrap
And
it up.
and she's
Thanks
having
for
and she's having straight conversation with him because she's like, whatever, like, what's going on? And
She
she's
doesn't think anything. She's like,
she's thinking it's him
because he was wearing the clothes he was wearing when he left.
Oh
She's
my god.
thinking
Is
it's
he
him.
responding?
with grunts.
No!
Thank you for joining and spilling.
I will not listen to anymore.
I am having such a visceral response to this.
It's turned into
throwing
anger.
Thrashing on the ground. In the throw up.
Sliding down the wall.
He's just like,
He's like,
no.
And he's a big guy. He's like 6'2".
Oh
yeah.
no. And his eyes are black and he's
And
He's
she's
got
like-
his lanyard on.
And she
he's
his
actively
vape
vaping.
Vaping in between grunting.
more smoke is coming out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and she's like, "What's going on with you?"
Why are you so angry?
And he turns around and walks up the stairs, and her husband walks in through the door. He comes back into the house after this entity in his body walks up the stairs out of her sight. He comes into the house.
There's no way she could just be like, that's chill.
No, she was like, she said she was really scared. She was like, I thought I was speaking to you. You were pissing me off because you weren't giving me any words.
Oh my god.
My microphone is wet.
From what?
My hand.
She's not drooling on her.
Do you need a break?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
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 Okay, yep.
So
The way that this is only the third story.
the second story.
There
No.
are two more.
This
Story of the series.
yeah, they said there's 4. This is part 2 of 4.
This is the third one we heard.
For
though.
sure. No, you could just have our podcast, honestly. It's yours now.
You inherited it.
So I feel like the only thing worse is she could have heard him come in while it was still there. Because what the fuck now?
Well, at this point, this thing has mimicked them, has been around for so long, and also it's not of this world, so it can absolutely sense. You know what I mean?
That's
In my
so
mind,
true. It
but-
was like, oh shit, it's coming back.
No,
Peace
but
out.
what if it did inhabit him? He walked out, walked back in, and he's new again.
Wait, what do you mean?
He was wearing the same shit. So if he walked out the door, he could have just like stood there for a second and walked back in, and he's normal now.
Well, I don't like that at
What do
all.
you mean?
But
he's
the door
normal
didn't.
now?
But he didn't go to the door. What happened was,
Like you're saying something possessed this
Yes,
guy?
that's what.
No.
but it wasn't. It was literally he was mimicked because he went up the steps, and the moment he turned, because you had to go up the steps and then turn the corner to go into the house, like the rest of the
Yeah.
house. The moment it turned the corner, the door opened and he walked in.
So
the front
okay.
door.
And
open.
she would have heard him like scatter, like sprint towards, sprint towards the door.
She would have heard the vape flapping.
For sure.
For
The
real.
thing is,
So, and she said that.
Kidding what?
I was gonna say a zipper, and like that felt stupid, but nothing was worse than just not saying it.
Just this. Okay, well, I hated that.
No, so but like you're right, it's not of this world, and it kid sense. So he was like, got it, or it was like, gotta go, gotta blast,
Gotta blast.
But like I'm just saying, worst thing that could have happened is that he came in while it was still standing there,
Yeah.
because then there's like a decision to make. Right now, it's not just fucking around. Now it's like, I know I'm
It's
not
finding
him.
out time, as they say.
We've done fucked around. It's time to find out.
Yeah.
Because like I think that's almost the ghosts are bad. I don't want to see a ghost. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Seeing ghosts, not my favorite. Not what I want. Seeing any entity, not what I want. But like especially like the mimic thing, like it's tricking them. It's like it's cosplaying her husband. And the worst thing I feel like beyond that is like it knowing, it's not him. You know what I
So
mean?
in my mind, I'm like trying to put myself in her position. I'm talking to. What are you looking at? Oh, don't you can't be turning away from the mic. To look at anything right now.
I'm just throwing up.
Oh no, I just like see a ghost. In my mind, I'm talking like okay, in the situation in which he comes, like I hear the front door open, and I'm talking to him, and it's only the two of us in this house, so there's only one way it would be him. Yeah. I'm staring at the demon husband, and I'm like going, what is his name? I'll call him Mark.
Yeah.
I'll be like screaming and staring at him to like verify.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you look away, it's either gonna be like right here or just like gone.
Oh my God, right here? Hell no. What do you do other than die? Like
That's what I'm saying. I would simply pass away.
I would too.
It's not relatable to me because I would die.
My heart could simply not take that.
Yeah. If I didn't go into shock and my body didn't immediately shut down, I would feel failed by myself. I would be livid.
All of evolution points to the fact that I would die. And you've robbed me of it.
And the answer is
Death. Simply pass away for 300, Alex. You see your husband as a demon at the bottom of the steps. Yeah, girl.
Oh my gosh.
And here's the last story from in the
you
basement.
said you had two more.
No, this is just in the basement.
Okay.
This
Right.
is
Take it
the next
easy over there.
You know what?
Take it easy. I'd like some dinner at some point.
You know what? We'll go back upstairs and go back to the basement.
I want them to
Let's finish the basement.
Okay. I can't
Fine.
see the basement looming over me.
No, I won't even hear the next story.
Because whatever happens is in the basement. And I can't fuck around with that. I'm not
It's gonna
finding
be-
out anything.
The fourth one's a trick. It's gonna be like, actually, it was in the basement.
No, the
Plot twist.
plot twist, I am the demon. Unzips.
Plot twist. You're in the basement right now.
The chant starts playing.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh.
We're just all locked in the basement. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Basement. Back in the basement. So they know shit's going on in this basement.
Oh,
They-
it
no,
like
they
it
know,
hasn't been
like-
clear enough.
They know
This is
that
worse
this is
because it's not even like a normal family. They're
No,
not
they're
like,
like, we're
oh, I think
religious.
shit's not going on. They're like, oh no, I know shit goes on, and like also the basement's just not great.
well.
But are they scared at this point of the basement?
They're not scared. They're mad. You know, they're just like frustrated.
What a wild take. Sheila, they're like, evolution failed me, so actually I'm pissed.
Oh yeah, because what? I'm gonna fucking cop an attitude with a demon?
Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Really? Right now?
The tracking bed in the house. I just steamed the carpet.
Get your fucking vape out of here.
I want you, your dilated eyes, and your vape out of the fucking house. Sheila's fully like dead person autopsy, like on the ground, like fucking this like fucking
Yes.
chalk drawing.
And rigor sets in immediately.
It better. One can only fucking hope that the freaking Mortis sets in.
I know exactly what happened here, guys.
By the look of this jaw and her hand placement, she's got the rigor. Fear-induced rigor. Fear-induced rigor mortis is the title of the episode.
Because that's how I have felt since it started.
I know. Every time I look over at you, you're like,
You're like a mannequin.
Okay, continue.
Let's get this shit out of Get me out of the fucking basement.
okay. So I don't.
She's releasing these.
She's releasing her demons.
She caught the rigor.
Sit too close to Sheila.
She's like,
oh my god.
I'm like so fucking over the basement.
We're almost done.
I actually wish you had a lot more stories about the basement.
Oh, me too, dude. Me fucking.
Oh my god, they got to you.
No, it's just imagine coming
I mean,
over.
a part of them is in the basement.
It's Pride Month.
Fuck. I've never,
Literally never
My
misgenders
big
you
old
ever.
tits.
ever once. I
It's your
feel like-
huge boobs, obviously.
Mommy milkers. I'm sitting on this table.
Mommy milkers.
boobies.
That's good.
Just go ahead and top me off there.
My flute. This topo. No, truly.
You're truly out of a champagne flute.
This
is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Funny.
Okay, we're back.
I've done it ever.
Really?
They tried killing these motherfuckers. That's for sure. It didn't work. So, not the
Wait.
family. They tried killing the demons that were
Heard.
living in their house. So, this is what.
Did they do the ritual you saw?
Girl. They knew that this basement
Sorry.
was incredibly haunted. It was like a portal. It was like a portal. They knew that, like, it was essentially shit's just always happening. There's
Yeah.
a lot of activity. So the oldest son took it upon himself to go downstairs and start praying and try to cast out these demons.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
And
Oh,
he
was-
said,
Who
Oh.
gave him the power? Did the Lord
Jesus.
say this is
Oh.
your
yeah,
Pulling
bathed-
out the old blood of the lamb.
yeah, essentially. So
She was like, I've been there once or twice.
You know, the old bottled blood of the lamb.
Pulls out like a
Ketchup packet full of lamb's blood.
At that rate, it probably just is ketchup. If it's me.
She was like, and blessed be this face.
With the blood of
Ketchup works.
ugh, fuck.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
We're
fine.
trying to, honestly, it is. Like,
I'm coping.
yeah.
I know. That's okay. I totally understand. So he goes down there. He's praying. He says that the ground starts to shake beneath him, like if there's an earthquake like happening, and that boxes are now falling, glass is breaking, the light in the where the washer dryer is like explodes. And he's like, it feels like now I'm surrounded by a ton of people.
No.
Ew.
No.
And that he kept praying, and then he heard, shut up. And it muffed him in his mouth, and
that.
he fell back.
It what?
It told him, shut up, grabbed him by the mouth, and muffed him backwards.
Oh,
That's assault.
I'm pressing
the police.
charges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And he said he never did that. He went upstairs.
Yeah, I've never done that shit again.
And I never did it again.
Yeah.
My list.
Yeah.
And they still live there?
Yep, I think so.
Ridiculous.
I think the
Stupid.
mom
They're
and dad do.
stupid. Honestly,
Yeah, they're dumb.
They're
no,
dumb.
they're dumb. That's dumb.
Feel my hand.
wet.
Lake.
Sopping.
Swamp. Little girl swamp.
Yeah.
That is horrible. Do you think it's the house or them?
I think it's the house. He
think-
went down to the basement and the basement started shaking.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's something down there.
I think it's the house. I think if they were to leave now, it would follow or something would.
Surely it would follow them.
I think
that they're like cursed though, like their familial line
There's a
because
lot of
of
That's
like
true.
brujeria and like just like dark magic. I think they're
That's
just
fair.
cursed,
That's fair.
which is why they're calling it discernment. No, I think they're literally just y'all are just seeing the spirit realm now.
No, something's in the house too, though.
No, absolutely.
The fact that he was, I can like picture like just surrounded by like shadows and stuff, and they said shut up and no.
Can you imagine a deep voice?
I'm sorry. Am I
No.
fucked up to be like, imagine having to walk up those steps at that moment? Like that's the worst part.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't happen.
You'd be dead. You'd hope.
Full rigor.
Full rigor. No, my legs wouldn't work. There's no way.
That's
You
so
wouldn't
true.
have made it down there to pray.
It definitely would have not been my like first thought. Like I got this, guys. Don't worry. I'll go fix this. Like
Like, how fed up do you have to be that even though you're so afraid, you're like, somebody has to do something.
I feel like they should have like some sage. Especially they have like all that stuff on their like family line. Even like bring a cross with you. Like fair.
I think
Move.
Yes.
for sure.
Hire a realtor.
Sell the house.
nail the door shut.
Correct.
Well, there was
Knock
no
it
door
down.
to the basement.
What?
Of course, I should have led with that. There was no door to the basement. There was an open doorway.
So it was an open doorway
literally-
to hell.
Literally.
I never
a
walked.
vortex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never walked back
Open.
there. It was really gross. It was always dark down there.
My God. That's horrible. They're stupid.
They
I'm
should
sorry.
Sue them.
Sue them for this emotional damage.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even, I'm like a lot of loss for words. I cannot even think about it.
You can't even close it off. It's everywhere. It is throughout their house.
Oh, it is. So the next story is actually happening.
And let's keep rolling.
It happens.
Let's keep these good vibes going.
Hell yeah.
Do we need drinks?
Do you need another
You
one?
might want to grab one.
All right.
I don't
Oh,
think it's
no.
that scary though. This one.
Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah.
You led with, I don't think my stories are that scary.
I haven't really experienced anything. I don't really know anything about this stuff.
Guys, I genuinely was like, I don't think it's gonna be all that. Sorry, I'm making this episode so long.
You're making this episode wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want
Last.
more. If you have more
I have
stories,
a
keep
lot. I
going.
have-
But I'm saying,
few
we're not
more.
afraid of cutting an episode into two.
Yeah, no. I think there's a lot to cut out, so I think it'll be like an hour long. But if we got more stories, we got more stories. We love a good story.
Right.
For
we can be an hour
sure.
and a halfer.
Yeah. Personally, I love ghost stories, so I would make these our longest episodes. They're usually the shortest episodes on podcasts. And I'm like, this is only
A
reason I
little
listen to you guys.
treat for the ghouls.
A little treat for the ghouls.
Okay, last one in the house.
Okay.
So, like I mentioned, everybody is able to see something.
Okay. This is post or
I don't know.
pre
Let's say
trying to clear the demons out of the basement.
it doesn't matter at this point.
Okay. Right. It
this
didn't do
point,
anything.
No. I don't think it made it worse either because it was already just bad.
Okay.
This is really bad. So the last story that I have about this house is so the boys shared a room.
Okay.
Older brother is 5 years older than the youngest.
Yeah.
Youngest brother is very quiet, and is very like socially awkward, and he's just a little kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what my best friend would tell me at this time was that he saw a lot. He would always see something, but he was the type of person to be like, I'm ignoring you, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, he was like fed up essentially,
Yeah.
but they would always bother him.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so she was saying that both of the guys were in the room. They were playing video games. The oldest brother had a top bunk, and because the younger brother had a bottom bunk, he always saw something. He always heard scraping. He always
On
like
what?
Actual literal fucking nightmare.
yeah,
Scraping on what?
his the headboard, like the wood, because it
On
was
the
a wooden.
bottom bunk?
Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like if so, like a
No. I mean, no.
so
Do they
You
have
know,
a dog?
they had two dogs,
Okay.
two small dogs,
Okay.
but they always slept on his bed.
Okay.
So, like, he knows not the dogs.
Because he can feel them.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like, he can feel them not scratching them.
So, they're playing video games at this point, and that they're both at the top bunk, and they could have sworn they saw a movement at the bottom. And the older brother took a look. He, like, peeped and didn't see anything. And
Okay.
they were like, okay, whatever. And they're still playing video games, and maybe 20 minutes passed, and the light turns off. They don't have an automatic light; it's a switch.
No.
They're on the top bunk.
They're
They're on
stranded.
the top bunk.
Oh my,
You have to get down to do anything.
for sure.
Like, anything.
And like he already saw movement in the bottom bunk.
Yeah. So then the older brother again gets up, turns the light on.
This older brother, is this the one that went in the basement?
Yeah.
He's fearless. He
Especially because we know this thing is not afraid to get physical.
right.
Or duplicate anyone.
Ugh.
Yeah. Their house, man, it's like sitting on something. And so, again, they're like, we're just going to play video games. Whatever, just leave it alone,
We love playing
'Cause-
video games in the dark. Thank you.
Well, at this point in their life, like, there's nothing they can do about it. Like, there's no yelling at anybody. There's no, like, this is out of your control. And
Damn.
anywhere in the house, like, you're not safe.
Right, because that basement door is open. There
Right.
is no basement door.
Right. So they're playing their video games, and then all of a sudden their bed starts to shake.
Oh.
It starts to aggressively shake, like if there's an earthquake happening. And
Here it comes again. This
Yeah.
is the second time that guy has dealt with an earthquake-like occurrence.
Yeah.
Did they check the news?
She was like, was it an earthquake?
girl, it's here in Illinois. There ain't no fucking earthquakes. And so, yeah, the bed starts to shake aggressively. I mean, aggressively, and for a minute straight.
What did they do?
Nothing.
Hold on.
They sat on the bed, and at the moment, my friend said the moment it stopped, they jutted out of the room. They were like, "We're out of here. We're gonna play video games out in the living room."
Who got to run out of the room first?
I think the younger brother.
That's
Gosh.
this
older
older
one,
brother is
he's a
really
hero.
protecting them or trying to.
He was very much like, I'm a protector of this house, and
Yeah.
my younger siblings, and because he was a big guy too. He was like pretty tall,
Yeah.
and he knew how to fight. Like he trained in boxing. Like he wasn't this small, scrawny, scared guy. He was very much like upbeat.
A presence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So am I fucked up for thinking like that someone in the house is up to no good?
You think someone's like
Yeah.
playing around with shit?
Someone's playing around with shit, someone's inviting shit, someone's open to it at the very least. If you have such a strong like presence, not even just male presence, but he is so like standing his ground and this thing doesn't like it.
I
So
mean,
I feel like there's layers to things happening.
Yeah.
And someone somewhere is either inviting it or open to it or
they're open to it. Like, I think that's the problem is they're like, this is a gift. Like, we get to commune with these spirits and like,
Yeah.
this is happening and blah, blah, blah. And they're not shutting it down. They're like, this is normal and this is fine. And ha ha ha, this happened. Or like, we get to do that.
conduit.
Yeah. And instead of like closing off or like, I don't even know, like having boundaries with it. And I'm certain because I don't have that and I don't want it. But like, I'm certain it'd be very hard to like make boundaries and follow it when you're just like seeing fucking ghosts. But I do believe that like people who do have that power work really hard to control it in a way where it's like, yo, you cannot do this. This is not what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before it gets to this point where it lets something through.
Yeah, they're like, it's in our house.
Yeah.
And when we were dealing with that, in our Lakewood apartment, especially, we didn't even talk about it in the house. We waited
Right.
till we were out of the house, or literally we could close the Lakewood apartment door and be on the sidewalk, and now we can talk about it. We can talk
Right.
about it when we're in the car. Like we would just like communicate in glances.
Right. And like for the mom to be like in the house and be like, I thought I saw you earlier. Like something pretended to be you. And it was very, very silly or very scary or whatever. Like,
Yeah, she was definitely like, I know it wasn't you,
yeah.
and she was like, but I had to tell you.
The acceptance
Yeah.
of it is is a huge factor here.
Right.
The overwhelming, just like, yeah, that happens. It's really horrible, and I'm sorry you had to go through that, but you're gonna have to live with that forever.
Right. Because it's not only like allowing it and accepting it, but it's also, you also are giving it fear because it is fucking scary. So it's getting everything it needs. It's
Yeah.
like, it was welcomed in. It doesn't have anything standing against it when it's still like a thing that can happen. And then you are now letting it feed on your fear. Like,
Yeah.
it's everything bad.
It's a perfect storm.
I wonder if they're still dealing.
Me too.
Oh, absolutely. There's no reason for them not to be.
Could you imagine?
No. No. I don't even want to.
No, I won't.
I refuse.
There is one more of my current house that we're living in. Actually.
Oh, please.
So in my current house, in what is now my brother's room, I told you this story last time. I used to see a very tall, strong man, dark figure of a man in the corner of my bedroom.
Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome.
Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome.
It's
Ooh.
interesting that he was completely dark when you saw him, because when I saw him, he had blonde hair.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the same thing. I think this was an entirely different entity, entirely different energy. It was very mad. It was very angry.
The one that you saw in your bedroom?
Always come into my bedroom. I was very religious at this point. I was
Okay.
very like going to church 3 times a week, praying, journaling, doing all things a young Christian white woman should be doing.
Not during Pride Month.
Especially during
Like, these thoughts hold no bearing on me. Isn't that right,
Seriously.
Jesus?
I don't think that girl's hot. Whatever.
I just want to look like her.
I don't want to touch her under her clothing.
Mm. Lord knows.
Lord does know.
Lord does know.
Lord loves it.
Lord loves it.
Lord, yeah, curates it. So, yeah, just a dark, creepy presence would be in my room a lot. And then it just went away. It stopped showing up.
That's nice.
I've heard, me and my mom have both heard someone on the stairs going up or down. We don't know.
So paint the picture for him, friend.
My mom's living room is an open living room,
Okay.
rectangle. One side is the front door. Opposite side is the steps that like get blocked off by a wall
Okay.
going towards the top of the landing. And for months, years, I think, I've been telling my mom, there's a ghost in this house.
Yeah.
Before I even knew Tamara, I was like, there's something in this house. It's disgusting.
She's it's house settling noises.
Mm.
And I was like, fine, whatever. And then one day, it was just me and her in the living room. We're watching TV. My brother's not home. It's just us in this house. And we hear.
Oh, no.
And we both turn to where the steps are. And then I look at my mom, and my mom goes, and my mom's like pale and like kind of like laughing, but like has tears in her eyes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that this woman has really like experienced any like ghosts like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, I guess someone's home. And I was like, you guessed someone's home. I was like, I told you. I was like, there's something in here.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we heard that. Tamara and I have seen an orb, a
Okay.
very light, bright orb.
You saw an orb. I saw just like moving light.
Mm-hmm.
We both saw it like went. We were on the brown couch in the living room, and it went from the wall in front of us to the wall to this side, and like it was like, and I just saw it as like a glowing. I don't want to say like super bright,
Yeah.
but like maybe this big and like
Damn.
soft glow. And you saw it as an orb, like you were able to put a visual on it. I just like saw it before I couldn't ever stay in focus with it. It went so fast that like my eyes couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
But we saw it at the same time, and we were both ended up like, here, face your head. We were both like this, and we were talking to each other like this. Like, did you see that?
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for scary stories
That
we tell in the dark. So
was really, really good.
Oh, thank you so much. That was a very horrifying, disgusting, nasty episode.
Yeah.
I'm really sad. I'm sorry I started off with the scariest story first. I
No.
didn't think that was
I-
gonna happen.
I feel like you could have picked any of those stories
Yeah.
and said the exact same thing because they were all
Terrifying.
individually the worst story I've ever heard.
What is? Yeah, you say that a lot.
I do, but this time I'm real.
You know what's though? You know what it is though? Is while it's happening, it is the scariest story I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, what was everybody's favorite scary story? Mine was the demon chant.
I think mine was probably, unfortunately, it's a tie. I think it's the husband one. I think that's.
I think there's something real awful about that. That's what I was going to say.
I think there's something real messed up with that one.
It's something
grunting?
about the grunting.
Yes,
Stop it.
it's something.
Because now it's like I mimic your voice.
It's
It's
communicating,
like low pitch.
but it's almost like I can't mimic the voice all the way. So
You
I'm,
could never.
Exactly. So I'm doing what I can to try and convince you that I'm standing right here talking to you.
Because it's not. I'm sure if it spoke,
It'd
it's
be
not.
like, meow.
It'd be a lot of voices layered.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Because there's a lot of things.
I
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
And I
I
want you to
know.
stop.
Please be done.
No, I think it's not my favorite. I won't label it as that. I think it's the one that like fucks me up the most. Followed very closely by you creeping around boxes when you went
That
there.
one is my second place. The
Yeah.
creeping around the corner, because we have so many corners in our apartment. I'm going to think about that every time I look at you.
You better do that. You better do that one morning. Scurry on all fours.
You know, and you owe.
I'm so sorry.
Not on all fours.
They can't scurry on all fours. They don't have the ability to. Then I would hear the clicking knees and my shoulders.
That
Oh,
would be
Sheila, your
my
turn?
worst nightmare.
No.
Because I would have to get to eye level.
Assert dominance.
Like me too.
Scuttles towards I would
It is.
Why are you dropping down to the ground immediately?
She's
because it's
demon.
think about it.
You're gonna wrestle this
her. She's like
Krav Maga, slapping her thighs and shit. Come on, bitch. Like, what are you talking about?
stomping her hands on the ground.
just like you said that. You said crawling, and immediately I am crouched.
You would die because I'm curb stomping this bitch. If you're crawling around like a bug,
I just need you to know that can't be your first response.
The quick
Sheila, defend
You know
yourself.
what? I don't think
I
this
can't.
is the first time I've heard you say this either. I feel
It
like
is
we've
not.
watched a movie
Yes,
before, and
the
you're like, I have
crawling.
to get at the same level.
And when
I don't
someone-
understand it.
and when someone if like
I need the high
someone
ground.
outside of like a toddler, no, an adult quickly crawling towards you, fuck that. I have
handle haunted houses.
I don't go in them.
I've never.
Very
Never
simple.
been.
Never been a problem.
Fix that. I've never gone, and I never will.
Yeah, you can barely sit through
What
a
are you
story.
doing?
You think I could go to a haunted
What are
house?
you doing while you're crouched? What's the next move?
Probably crying, honestly.
Like in its face. That was instead of
Honestly?
scuttling away the other opposite direction.
Honestly,
It might work.
that's a surprise. It's definitely not expecting that. It's like, whoa, have you ever heard of personal space, buddy?
Screaming in its face. Yeah, but you got to really let it out in all one good one because you're passing out right after that.
Sure.
We can only hope.
If evolution does me correctly.
So funny. She said not the scuttling, because now I'm on all fours.
And that's not where you want me.
That's my power position.
I've never felt more empowered than when I'm on the ground.
When I'm scuttling towards a demon.
And we'll slap box.
We're on an even playing field now.
Screaming and slap boxing. Sheila screaming and slap boxing.
Oh man.
Oh,
No, you're gonna in real life.
I will die.
Yeah, right. Right. The answer is you would die. Your heart would stop.
The fact that your intuition tells you to like match the energy, though, I kind of love it.
There's something to be said about that.
Yeah,
It is true immediately. Like that's the second you said that.
Mine's to like try and fly away.
Yeah,
Like,
mine's
get off
to the high point.
floor.
I'm scanning for the highest point is what's happening. Like if I saw a mouse.
Yeah,
You're telling me when you see mice, you lay down.
That is not an adult crawling towards me.
it's
right.
specifically adults crawling towards you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very
What if they're on hands and knees, like fast crawling at you?
who?
Sheila, the demon we've been talking about this whole time.
I'm getting
No.
down.
Because girl,
Oh, you mean like their butts picked up a little bit?
that's what yeah, crawling.
Like they're bear crawling?
Yeah, that's what I meant by all fours. That's what we meant. All fours. They're
What's
like
happening in that
da-da,
situation?
da-da, da-da, like galloping at you.
Well,
bitch.
that makes me honestly want to vomit.
That was the reaction I thought you were gonna have originally, and then you went, "I need to get eye level."
I
Stare them in the face
never,
as they kill me.
at no point did I picture the da-da, da-da, da-da. I see crawling.
Crawling, I'm curb stomping. Bear crawling, I'm kicking up.
No. Bear crawl, immediate death.
But the hands and knees, you're like, okay.
I level.
I can do that too.
I level.
Okay.
For sure.
Oh, okay. You're braver than me.
I don't know if I'd call it bravery. I think it's just.
Why are you mirroring them?
I wish I wouldn't.
I wish I had control of
Evolution
myself.
has failed you, I think.
It's like when a bear comes to attack you and you like size yourself
And you,
up.
like, get big, bitch. Scare it away.
You got smaller, though.
I know. I know, and I would be crying.
Which might scare it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
What would you do? Curb stop. You said that already.
duh.
I don't really think there's a choice, like an option at that point. I would also die.
I thought you were going to say get down to eye level.
No, I
Kelly
apologize.
would never get down
I
to
would
eye
never.
level.
Like I said, I'm sprinting away, but I'm not a great runner.
What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna kick it.
Same, right?
Kick it in the face.
It's so hard though, because you know the movies when they're
You're
scuttling.
not going to be able to touch it.
Right, it's a ghost or a demon.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna square up.
It's gonna grab
I'ma
your
let
leg
you-
and be like,
Well,
What
then
are you
that's
gonna
how
do?
it go. If that's how the Lord
Ooh.
wants it, that's how the Lord's
"That's how
gonna
the
have
good
it.
Lord made me."
Wow, that was a really good story though to begin with. Let's not forget. I have the scary burps.
Wait, you never answered your favorite story. Your most jarring story.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I have a big problem with the husband at the foot of the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Big problem.
yeah.
It's something about how vividly I can picture it.
Yeah.
And it's
The
more of like
lighting
it's a
even.
silhouette.
Yeah.
I can
but
picture
you
the
can
lighting.
still see details.
Oh,
The
in my
little
mind-
bulb of light is
Yes.
like shining
And
on
he
it.
has his fucking
He's not
hat
under
on.
it, but
which
it's
means-
daylight hours.
but it's a basement.
Yeah, but he was like in the light,
Okay.
so like she saw everything. Like
Yuck.
Oh.
I think like it's
Yeah, that didn't make it any better.
I think it's so visceral because it even starts off just like she looks up and he's there. She didn't hear him come down. Like that's horrible.
And his arms are crossed and he's staring at her.
Right. And she's like, "Oh, your eyes are black," but that's probably just my brain.
And she's asking him questions.
and he's grunting.
right, because I truly
Grunting.
believe it was like I can't answer, but I'm trying to convince you I'm him. You know what I mean?
Or that's like, it just like, that's how it speaks.
That's so gross. I
You
hate it.
know?
Yeah, that one's the worst.
And I hate the witch one in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, that one is
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you
yeah,
led with
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's
good
Strong
move.
lead.
Strong lead.
Yeah,
And I had told you, I was like, oh, maybe save like your scariest ones for last. You led hot.
yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't think this was gonna be that scary. Truth.
Are you? No. No. We're going to have a long talk in the car.
Because you're wrong.
Because look, no, I've never told anyone this story. I've
Yeah.
never shared
The fact
this
you kept that
experience.
into your life.
We've
into
been together
yourself.
over 6 years. You've only shared part of that story.
Well, that's because I didn't remember it all that well. It really scared me. It like really, really, really scared me, and I was like, no one's ever gonna believe me that
I
this
believe you.
gonna
I believe
fucking
you
happen.
And I fear for you.
I'm not afraid for you.
I think that I think that something was truly like after you a little bit.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, sorry.
And you know what? I wouldn't doubt it. Just
Hate to break it to
because-
you.
I wouldn't doubt it either, just because of who I was hanging around with. You
Yeah.
know what I was. The church, like I was really deep into church.
Yeah.
No, I think that you are more sensitive than you let yourself be. Very Matt.
Yeah.
And so it was targeting you in that I know you can hear me
right.
kind of way.
And then I think because like your answer was like religious protection or like especially so devout and like so blind, it was like, and now I'm gonna fuck with you.
Bastard.
Hate it.
you're here to tell your stories.
Me too. And it was me. And yeah, they were really great. Like probably some of the best scary stories that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Oh my God. If we ever have children, we're going to scare the shit out of them.
And they're gonna have their own shit because you two are definitely haunted as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
So like they're gonna be like, you're gonna have to be like, hey, you know what? Like
You're going to
just-
inherit a gift.
Yeah, just like hey, not a gift. Don't tell
You're
them
going to
that.
inherit a
Thing.
ability.
And just like, hey, like if you see stuff, feel free to talk about it because
Please
like,
talk about it.
they're gonna be the ones lying in bed being like, I can't fucking tell someone that this ritual just popped up on my screen because no one's gonna leave me.
I'll believe the shit out of it. Please.
For sure.
Tell me everything.
The second my kid says like the woman in the bathroom, I'm out.
We're moving.
We're moving.
We're moving, baby. Don't even worry about it.
Right. I'm gonna be like, oh, is this someone you like actually see, or is this someone you imagine? And the second they're like, oh no, it's like a real person. Done.
She's got
It's
long
a-
brown hair.
Respect
it's a
you.
fine line, kids and imaginary friends, because I had imaginary too long.
I.
Oh,
You know?
God.
Tell us about that.
Is
You're
that
like,
another
this old
episode?
man with a hole in his head used to just accompany me everywhere.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. No, but it's like a fine line, you know? Or like when my
100%.
nieces like
I feel like it's
play,
a thicker line than
and I'm
we're
like,
in.
who the fuck are you talking to? Yeah, for sure.
Thank you guys so much. Your stories
We're great.
wild.
Okay, first of all, we'll never get to the root of the standing water.
We'll never know.
We won't, but I will. I'll talk to my brother to try and get more, because I know there's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
details.
yeah.
I just I haven't heard it in so long.
write them in at
Ghoulbeanspodcast@gmail.com.
or DM us on Instagram at
Ghoulbeanspodcast.
But yeah, you guys, those stories, I will definitely think about every single one of them while I fall asleep tonight. So thank you for that.
Thank you for joining.
And spilling
The
Ghoul Beans.
That was good.
That was good.